Hello everyone. In this article you will learn who named their child Hurrem, why did this happen, and what was the fate of this girl, why is the name Hurrem so rare, what were people afraid of, how did all the Hurrem children die. So, let's figure it out. To understand what and how, we will start with you from the very beginning. Hurrem Sultan, one of a kind, you would say. But no, there was another Hurrem. Somehow it so happened that the name Hurrem was very rare and only one Sultana wore it. In the Ottoman Empire, girls were most often called Aish, Humasa, Hatice, and so on. And around the name of Hurrem only the wind in the field and a bunch of legends. Here is one of them. It is believed that Hurrem was cursed and inherited a terrible fate. All her children did not die of natural causes, although Hurrem had 6 children, 5 boys and 1 girl. According to legend, people were afraid of this name, because their daughter could inherit this curse, and all her children would die. Let's remember how the children of Hurrem died in order to understand whether the legend tells us correctly about their fates. 1. Mehmed died at the age of 22 from smallpox. 2. Hurrem Sultan died at the age of 55, presumably from tuberculosis or from heart failure. 3. Abdul, the boy died before reaching the age of 3. Died of smallpox. 4. Selim died at the age of 50 from a stroke. He fell in a hammam and hit his head on the floor. 5. Bayezid died at the age of 36. His father executed him. 6. Jihangir died at the age of 21. The exact cause is unknown. Historians suggest that the young man died because of longing for his brother Mustafa or from an overdose of opium. What we see is that all the children of Hurrem, especially in the male line, really did not die because of old age. But at that time, medicine was not very good, so it's not surprising. Kesim's children didn't die from a good life either. Therefore, we put this legend in doubt. From the above, we realized that Hurrem was a rare name and history remembers only one woman with this name. Historians in their writings write, after the death of Mehmed, the eldest son of Hurrem and Suleiman, who was the hope of his parents that he would take the throne of the Ottoman Empire. He could not justify their hopes, he died of smallpox. After his death, he left behind a daughter, Humasa. Humasa was born in Manisa and was the only child of Shahzad Mehmed by a concubine Iya Khatun. The exact date of birth is unknown. For example, Anthony Alderson dates her birth to 1543, and Yilmaz Oztuna to 1544. Thus, Humasa could be the posthumous daughter of Shahzad Mehmed. Shortly after the birth and death of her father, Humasa was sent to the Sultan's palace in Istanbul to her grandmother Hurrem Sultan. Humasa was one of the 2 favorite granddaughters of Suleiman I. The other was the daughter of Hurrem Sultan, Aish Humasa Sultan. Hurrem actively participated in the upbringing of the girl and Humasa loved her very much. After Mehmed's death, Humash's mother married the Vizier Pertef Pasha. Their granddaughter Aish Khatun became the first legitimate wife of Osman I. Humasa married for the first time in 1566–1567 to Ferhat Mehmed Pasha, 1526–1575. Before his marriage to Humasa, Sultan Ferhat Mehmed Pasha was the Aga of the Janissaries, and then the Sanjakbi of Kastamonu. Before the wedding, Ferhat received the post of vizier. He and his wife were allocated a plot on the territory of the old palace, built by Mehmed, where they built for themselves a palace adjacent to the Sultan Bayezid Mosque. According to Pachevi, Ferhat, the owner of a beautiful handwriting, copied copies of the noble Koran by hand and sold them at a good price. He bequeathed to perform the ritual of burying his body from this blessed money. One of the noble mushafs, written by his hand, is still kept in the tomb of the late Sultan Bayezid. They had 4 sons and 5 daughters. After the death of Ferhat Mehmed Pasha on August 25, 1575, Humasa married Lala Mustafa Pasha. 1 son was born in this marriage. After the death of Lal Mustafa Pasha in 1581, she married for the 3rd time Ghazi Mehmed Pasha. 1592, the brother of Ibrahim Pasha. Hurrem died in Istanbul. The time of death is not known for sure. According to Mehmed Saraya, Hurrem died during the reign of Murad I, 1574 to 1595. Yılmaz Öztürk indicates the date of death as 1582. She was buried in the Shahzad Mosque in her father's turban. Historians claim that Suleiman and Hurrem did not put pressure on the girl with marriage, and before giving the go-ahead for the wedding, the girl was asked for her wish. For such care and love, Hurrem named one of her daughters and son after her grandparents, Hurrem and Suleiman. Unfortunately, the fate of her children is unknown. But there are mentions that the daughter of Hurrem Sultan lived a long and happy life. It is this case that casts doubt on all the legends that still shroud the name of the great Sultana Hurrem.